So the next part of the business plan is a SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis, an acronym: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So this is the real deep dive into your business. There's some categories listed in each of the same categories. You can go beyond those. But just to start with strengths: production, marketing, finances, people, resources. If you're completing a business plan, to me that would be strength number one. I have a really good understanding of my business and what drives my business. Weaknesses, please don't be afraid of looking at those, because it's not a weakness of the business. The fact that you've identified them as a real strength, every weakness and every threat becomes an opportunity. So that's where you can really make the most of that and look at managing your business and mitigating those threats, identifying your weaknesses and what you can do to improve or to eliminate those weaknesses. But there can be lots of strengths, of course, to a business. It might be your product. There might be something a little bit unique about your product. You could have a whole list, and don't be shameful of thinking, oh, I don't want to, say that. Identify your strengths, because they're really important for people to know what you've identified as a strength. As I said, weakness, please don't be scared of making a healthy list there, and also the threats. So as this farmer said last time, we're going to drought. It's done. Climate is a threat to your business. Drought's a threat. Don't wait till you're in drought or till there's been a flood and then go, well, how do we respond to this? Be prepared for it. That's part of this business plan is identifying what challenges you may be facing in your business and that may stop you or inhibit you or delay achieving your goal. Because it might be, and that's where the time, we've in a flood or in a drought, but we know how we're going to respond to that. We're not waiting to get to that point. We've got a plan in place and we know what we're going to do. And a part of that, when we're looking at threats, is you can do an analysis. What's the likelihood of it? What's the likelihood of this threat occurring? And if it does occur, what's the impact? Is it a high impact? Is it a low impact? Because that will determine what plans, of course, you put in place and what you need to do. So that's it's a really, as I said, it's a lot of thought that needs to go into that analysis. But they're really healthy conversations to be having with everybody in that business. As a sort of part of this business plan is making sure everybody's on the same page. So if you can all identify similar things in all of these categories, well, then you can work on a plan to, as I said, mitigate, eliminate, make the most of your strengths and look at those opportunities. Some people think that identifying a weakness is a weakness in them, and it's like not all, or not wanting to boast about maybe the strengths that they have. So there's not a particular, as I said, the opportunities. We work on the weaknesses and the threats, and there's your opportunity list. So that's the easy box, but it's getting people to and identify. It's hard for people to identify some strengths because they don't see it as a strength. So unless you've been talking to people in different businesses, and you can say, no, and as I said, going through this exercise, hey, you're going through this exercise. That's a strength, that you're committed to your business and you're committed to being really aware of how your business operates and what you've got control over and where you need improvement. Growth of your business is not just the sales at the end of the day and the profit, but it's about how you're managing that business. So defining your goals, short-term goals. They say here 1 to 3 years. You can certainly have goals well inside of a year. And as this would in one of these pages, you can have 3, 6 and 12 monthly goals. They're things so that can be achieved within that time frame. So again, that's about the time frame of your SMART goal. They're goals that can be achieved within that period. And those short-term goals, achieving those, each of those as you move through time, that might enable you to then start achieving some of your medium-term goals. If you achieve those 1 to 3 year goals, that could give you the capability start to achieve the 3 and the 5 year goals. And again, also, making sure that we're measuring our success and making sure that we're achieving those goals. Long-term vision, it's always great to have a plan of what the farm's going to look like in 5 to 10 years' time, and how does that look like, and do our goals align with that long-term vision. Family priority is such an important thing. So many farming enterprises are family enterprises. It's important, as I said though, to work in the business, work on the business, but also dedicate time to family. When we talk about if it's a partnership, a husband and wife partnership, or family involved in the business, and we talk about sitting down and looking at your business plan every 3 months and cash flow and how you're tracking, don't do it over the dinner table at night. Make sure that you have boundaries around when we talk about business, do business, and then make sure, I think we all work to live, not live to work. So make sure that if we're happy, healthy human beings holistically within our families, we're certainly going to be performing much better and be clear to be making much better decisions in our business place. So it is a really important, it's a huge benefit for your business if you are in that healthy mind space, healthy wellbeing space, because you are in a place then to be making those good choices, good decisions.